Did you hear about the group of white people who are searching for descendants of their ancestor slaves so they can be friends with them? There is a group called Coming to the Table, and it was created by a man called Will Hairston, whose family used to own 9 plantations from Virginia to Mississippi. When Will was 18 years old, he learned that there was a group of black families nearing 800 who had the same last name as he did. It turned out that those black families were descendants of his family's plantations. In 1980, Will's father was invited to be the guest speaker at the Black Hairston's family reunion, and Will decided to tag along. Will says he was shocked to find that the black families were so open and welcoming that it changed his life forever. Captivated by this experience, Will went on to meet a woman named Susan Hutchinson, and she was a descendant of former President Thomas Jefferson, who was also interested in black ties to her family. Together, they created a group called Coming to the Table, which is an acronym for Taking America Beyond the Legacy of Enslavement. Their hope was to create a collaboration between direct descendants of enslavers and those they enslaved. And it worked. Today, Coming to the Table has more than 50 affiliate groups in 18 states. They say the organization is a fulfillment of Dr. King's dream. And I say, get a new hobby. Initiating a conversation with a black person about slavery is a slap in the face.
Do you know where your ancestors are from?
We don't want to hear that from you. Why? I've been asked this question before, so let me break it down. Imagine your dear old mother at the age of 13 being violated, assaulted, abused, and having her entire family taken away from her. Imagine that it took your mother decades to come to terms with who she is, to create a life for herself that she's proud of, and to finally heal. Now imagine someone who looks just like the person that brought so much violence and disruption into your mother's life comes up to her and tells her they want to talk about her past. Not only do they want to talk about it, they want to relive the graphic details for their enjoyment, and your mother doesn't want to do it. Why would she? She's over it. Every time you bring up slavery to a black person, you're saying, let me remind you of who you are. But guess what? We've come a long way, baby, and we're none of that anymore. We don't need a white person to lead us into racial healing because our existence and progress is already evidence of that. We don't need to bond with you over shared trauma, and we don't believe your tears. As the author of 2 Black history books, when white people come to talk to me about Black history, there are 2 subjects that they broach. One is the black people in their lives who impacted them in a positive way, and the other is to recount the most disgusting, vile, and atrocious acts of violence against black people that they can think of. It seems as though they become emotionally aroused by the thought of violence against black people, and they want to share it with me. They're not doing it because they care. They're doing it because they're bored and they need something to make them feel. When you learn about your family's role in the degradation of black people in this country and you think you want to talk to a black person about it, just be quiet. If you're feeling some type of guilt, if you want to make it right, the best thing to do would be to create opportunities to lift black people up to become equal to where you are. If you can't do that, then stand up for black people in rooms where we are not present. Reaching out to us to lead a conversation about slavery is an insult to those of us who are making it. And those who aren't making it are only going to try to get you for some money. If you really care, let us lead our conversation about our Black history. We don't need you to do it. I'm Te-Erika with the T. Follow for more.